welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a sit down video because I recently did a Q&A on Instagram where I asked all my followers what they wanted to know about Reactive and how we started and the whole story. And I got the best feedback from that I decided to just sit down with all of you guys, put it on my platform, which is YouTube, to just answer all the questions that I didn't get to answer because I really didn't answer every single one. All right guys, so I'm just gonna quickly roughly tell you guys the timeline and the story of me as a creative, as an individual, as a professional working woman. So I graduated 4 years ago. 4 or 5 years, I forgot actually, if I'm honest, I forgot. 4 or 5 years ago I graduated from Central St. Martin's in London, and I did graphic design and advertising. So my background is creative. I do graphic design work, I design business cards, websites, posters, and all of that. That is in my background. And my first job out of uni was with Blue Ink, which is a publishing company, and I was the digital marketing executive. So I was doing all kinds of marketing in terms of collaboration, events, posters. I was designing everything basically. And that was short-lived, and it wasn't short-lived for any other reason besides the fact that I just felt like I had an entrepreneurial spirit. I just felt like that 9-to-5 life was not for me, and waking up every day hustling, stressing, and going through what I'm going through right now, but for someone else, just wasn't worth it to me. And I'm not trying to say that this is for everybody. I'm not trying to say that everybody's meant to be an entrepreneur and everybody's meant to start their own business, but it is just how I am. So I chose to leave that 9-to-5 life, and straight out of it I started a personal shopping company. And basically I was living up my life. I was shopping for people, for my clients. So how it worked was anything they wanted. It was hard to find in Malaysia. I would shop for them in London because I would go to London 2-3 times a year. I would shop in Paris for them, I would shop in Hong Kong, and I would shop around the world for people to pay me an extra 10% to get them what they want, basically. So that is what a personal shopper is. I did that for 2 years, and it was a huge learning curve for me because I realized that starting that was, not to say it wasn't my passion, but it was just more of like, I wanted to have fun. I wanted to shop for a living. Like that doesn't last long. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, my business model was a bit off in terms of target market. It's just not a large enough target market here in Malaysia. So it was a huge learning curve for me, but daddy always told me that you should do something for 2 years, and if in 2 years you're not making money, it's not going uphill, your revenue and your net profit is not going uphill, then rethink your business model, rethink your business strategy, rethink your idea, rethink everything. I think the biggest problem for an entrepreneur is they're so stuck on the idea, like, this is my baby, this is meant to work, this is it, this is it. And I think if I learned anything from my dad, who I look up to immensely in terms of business, is you shouldn't hold on to your baby too much. If it's not working, change it. Doesn't mean trash it, just change the idea, change your business model, change a bit of this until it works, until you find the perfect equation for it to work. Once TP Shopper ended, I solely focused on freelancing, and I would have 5-6 clients at a time. I would have 5-6 clients at a time to do different kinds of marketing work, like creating logos, doing their branding, marketing, events. I was just different things for different startups depending on what they needed, basically. And I was a freelancer. I still am a freelancer. I don't say was. I still am a freelancer, and I have been for, I'm gonna say, like the last 3-4 years. So I have a lot of experience in it. I've worked with so many great startups, so many great companies. And again, it came to a point where I was freelancing and I was working. I was still, yeah, I was on my own. I had my own time. I was not stuck to a desk, but I still wasn't happy. I still had, like, once again, I went back that I have this entrepreneurial spirit in me, and I just know I needed to start something, and I can do something for myself that will do well, you know? Like, any entrepreneur you meet out there, fail 9 times, that 10th time you could get it up. You just shouldn't look at failure as such a negative thing. So I didn't see ending TP Shopper as a negative thing. I saw it as I learned so much to what I did right, what I did wrong, what I could have done better. I just learned so much that I was like, whatever business I decide to start next will be better just because I have more experience. Now, fast forward, we're at 2020, and my New Year's resolution was to educate myself a little more, do a little more research, and just be more green conscious. So get rid of plastic, recycle, XYZ. So that's January 1st, 2020. And my younger sister actually had just graduated last year, and she was begging. She was like, let's start a business, let's do something. But I just couldn't think of what to do. There was nothing in my head, there was no ideas. So I was like, wait. And come January, I was like, oh, I want to be more green conscious. I was researching, and then I realized, like, oh my God, there is no green, like eco-friendly brand for activewear, like in Malaysia. I told my sister about it. I was like, ooh, that's an idea. Again, we took a couple of months for R&D. We really got into it. We ordered samples. We were seeing, like, is it a nice material? Is eco-friendly material a nice material to work out in? We just wasn't sure. It's still, nothing was materialized until we got our final batch of samples. So when we say samples, we actually just got like this size cloth, like to feel the cloth basically. So nothing materialized until we actually got the samples. They take recycled plastic bottles or plastic bottles, and they have a farm, they have a whole facility where it's turned into different kinds of fabrics. So then we were like, great, we're gonna start a business, we're gonna do an eco-friendly activewear line. No, COVID happened. And like, everything slowed down. China wasn't even functioning, so we couldn't, we supply our stuff, we produce it in China, even though we get the materials from America. So we needed China to function. China was not functioning. No, the whole world was not functioning. I was not fucking functioning. Oh my goodness, when I say I was not functioning, I mean emotionally. It was a test. 2020, you a test, baby girl. We were meant to honestly launch in July, August of this year, and we only launched in October. I'm just so happy and overwhelmed, super humbled. I cannot think of any more positive words. Grateful, blessed, literally everything you can think of at the outcome. Like, not to say, first and foremost, I am not an influencer. I am not a YouTuber. I'm not someone that can sell something out in a day. That's just not who I am. I am a real girl that's starting from bottom up. So being that I'm this girl, that I'm not asking for help from anybody, and I'm really trying to get a brand from here up, I'm so proud. Like, of course we haven't sold out. Like I said, I'm not an influencer. I'm not going to be able to sell out in like a day or two, but our sales are great. We have sales every single day. Within 2 weeks, we had Southeast Asian orders when we're actually locally here in Malaysia. We have inquiries in Australia, we have inquiries in Pakistan. Who are you in Pakistan, by the way? You know, I think it's all a learning curve, and I think any advice that I can give to you guys that ask me how I started and was it scary, that it's just like, you just need to start. Honestly, that's what I'm gonna say. You should just start. If you have that entrepreneurial spirit in you, I say go. If you have the 9-to-5 spirit in you, nothing wrong with that. There are so many pros to having a 9-to-5. You are constantly having that paycheck every single month. It's the same amount. You know you're gonna have that. You know you're not gonna be a little less, a little, you know, a little low. So I think there are pros and cons to both having a 9-to-5 job and being an entrepreneur. So the second thing I want to tell you guys is keep hustling every single day. When you think you're slowing down on sales, don't worry. Like, it's not always like this. In every business, it's not always up. It's up and down depending on the month of the year, depending on what's happening. It's up and down. You don't feel demotivated if you are not making as much money that month, you know, like, then just find other ways. Like, see, like, how can I raise sales? What is my ROI on that? How can I do this? How can I better that? Always question how to better yourself. Like, criticize everything. Look, that's how you learn. So someone asked me how much capital do you need to start a company. So I think that honestly varies. It really depends what you want to start. For TP Shopper, I started with literally 1,000 ringgit, and 1,000 ringgit because all I needed was a website and some pictures. That's all I needed. Everything, the business model, it was a service, so it was only when the customers paid me was when I would buy it. So I didn't need any capital. I've also been a part of a food business that our capital was literally only like 300. We just had to buy all the little like packaging to put the cookies in, to print some stickers for branding, for our like donuts and all of that. And again, that was only 300 yen. And to start Reactive obviously costed a fair bit more money because it is clothing, you are shipping things around the world, you are trying to get eco-friendly materials, so it's more expensive. But I think it really ranges to what you guys want to start. So don't feel afraid that, oh my god, I need to have so much money to start a business. You don't. I started a successful food business during MCO with only 300 yen to start. So it's fine. That is basically the story. I hope I answered all your questions. I think I answered majority of it. Like, you guys basically asked how much capital, where I got my materials from America, how it all started. So if there are any other questions, please comment down below. I will 100% answer you guys, don't worry. And I'm also gonna link Reactive's website down here so you can shop, give us a little love, tag, and you know what? If it's not in your means to buy, you can just follow us, like our photos, share. That's all free. That really helps small businesses, guys. So I hope you know that. And if you guys enjoyed videos like this, let me know. I actually really enjoyed doing today's video, just talking about my story. So if you guys like that, like, give it a thumbs up. I will do more of it. And that's it. Bye! Oh, I forgot to say like, share, and subscribe. Bye!